The El Paso County Department of Human Services is responsible for the administration of federal and state economic assistance programs for needy families. These programs and services are established at the state and federal level, and counties are required to deliver these benefits efficiently while promoting self-sufficiency. Food assistance is one such program, and in 2009, on average each month, 49,000 people in El Paso County received benefits through the food assistance program.
Food assistance is a federally mandated program to supplement nutritional needs for families that are eligible. A household of 4 would be eligible if they made $2,400 a month gross income.
All of the funding for food assistance comes from the federal government. DHS is responsible for screening to determine eligibility and ongoing monitoring to make sure the eligibility standards are met.
If they're an able-bodied working adult, so that means they're a single person, we check in on them. We call it a recertification every 3 months.
The federal government requires timely delivery of food assistance services.
We need to process an expedited case within 7 days, meaning that the client needs to be able to access benefits on the 7th day. For regular, they need to access benefits on the 30th day.
The number of people receiving food assistance is tied directly on the economy. From 2008 to 2009, El Paso County DHS workers saw a 31% increase in the number of people receiving food assistance.
Since we don't have more resources, it's just constantly trying to figure and juggle the resources we have to be as efficient that we can so we can stay within our federal guidelines.
When a person applies for food assistance, the application is put into the statewide computer database, and a DHS technician schedules an appointment to meet with the applicant. When all of the information is in order and complete, the client can walk away with benefits that same day.
It's tough. It's tough seeing and hearing, all these situations that are going on in people's lives day in and day out.
Benefits are shown as credits on a Quest card, which is used much like a debit card, except that it is restricted to food items only. The goal of the food assistance program is to help with the basic nutritional needs of qualified applicants, but it also generates added economic activity in our community. According to a report from the director of the State Food and Nutrition Programs, every $5 in food assistance benefits generates $9.20 in total community spending. In previous years, that has translated into more than $149 million in El Paso County. Monetary assistance is also distributed through the El Paso County Department of Human Services through a program called Temporary Assistance for Needy Families, also known as Tanf.
Part of what's unique about Tanf is it really has a focus on employment, rather than just this grant that you get because you're entitled to. With Tanf, it's a 60-month lifetime limit.
TANF recipients are subject to very strict qualification requirements.
You have to meet certain income guidelines, and you have to have a dependent children in the home, and you have to be lawfully present in the United States.
The money distributed comes primarily from the federal government. DHS is required to administer the benefits and maintain tracking to ensure that families are completing required work participation activities.
TANF programs provide opportunities for training, for basic education, work experience programs, because sometimes we have people come in who maybe have not been in the workplace before.
In some cases, one-time or limited financial assistance is enough to get people back on their feet. DHS offers county and state diversion programs to serve that need.
It's really to keep people from having to get to the point where they need that long-term assistance.
Frequently, the availability of good child care is the key to helping a family attain self-sufficiency.
Rather than using, a friend here, a neighbor here, that kind of a thing, if they can provide and afford good quality care, it helps them maintain that employment and then provides for the needs of the child as well.
The Colorado Child Care Assistance Program, also known as Ccap, is primarily funded by federal dollars. It helps families afford quality care. Parents pay a portion of the child care costs based on their income, and the Ccap program pays the rest.
Basically, all of the programs, whether it's Ccap, whether it's the Colorado Works TANF program, the diversion programs, all of them are primarily designed to help people gain and maintain employment. That's the entire focus.
El Paso County DHS is also responsible for the administration of the Family Medicaid program.
So in order to be able to qualify for Family Medicaid, you have to have children under the age of 18.
Eligibility is determined by age category with different income guidelines.
Usually the newborns and the young kids have a higher income guideline, than like a children from the ages of 7 to 18 does.
Children have health insurance through Medicaid.
As long as the provider accepts Medicaid, I mean, it could really range to almost any type of service. You know, emergency visits, you know, major surgeries.
Medicaid also finances long-term care.
Long-term care includes nursing home placement, assisted living, in-home community-based services, and 30-day institutional Medicaid.
Timely processing of these applications is critical.
We're behind processing our applications, and a person's getting care for that facility, they're putting out money to care for that individual, so it could build up very quickly at, you know, $5,000 to $6,000 is the going rate for long-term care.
Clients who provide improper or incomplete documentation to support their eligibility cause most of the delays.
There's 5 criteria that we look at: citizenship, income, resources, level of care, and disability.
The employees at DHS work tirelessly to serve all of the clients for every program to make sure they get the assistance they need as efficiently as possible. But the El Paso County Department of Human Services goes one step further. Working with a multitude of nonprofit and faith-based community partners, DHS multiplies the monetary assistance that comes in through the state and federal agencies. In our next video presentation on DHS, we'll show you some examples of how these partnerships help El Paso County do more with less, and even some ways you can help.